In the top stories, law on children loitering on streets to be strictly enforced, school supply debit cards for the teachers to be rolled out, and Dr. Natta Praise's theme for Independence 2024 says it's apt for the current state of affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis. The details on these stories and more after the break.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I am Jasmine Thomas. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force reinforcing the law that prohibits children 16 years and younger from loitering on the streets after 10 in the evening, underscoring its commitment to public safety and the protection of minors. According to Section 15 of the Juvenile Act of St. Christopher and Nevis, any minor found wandering or loitering on the streets without a legitimate reason after 10 in the evening will be subject to police intervention. Officers are authorized to stop these individuals and, if necessary, escort them to the nearest police station where they will remain until their parents or legal guardians are contacted and take custody. In a statement issued earlier today, the police stressed that this law is intended to shield minors from potential dangers associated with being unsupervised late at night. Parents and guardians will be immediately notified of their child if their child is detained. Parents are urged to be diligent in supervising their children. Those who fail to do so may face fines of up to $500. However, penalties will only be imposed after a warning has been issued outlining the consequence of continued neglect. The law defines street to include any public thoroughfare such as roads, lanes, alleys, and adjacent open spaces. The police force calls on all community members to comply with these regulations to ensure the safety of young people and maintain public order. The cooperation of parents, guardians, and the broader community is crucial in upholding these standards. Teachers not having nearly enough supplies for their classrooms is a global challenge and one almost as old as time itself. Here in St. Christopher and Nevis, the government has launched an initiative to help teachers bridge the gap. The announcement was made by Education Minister Dr. Jeffrey Hanley during the ministry's opening ceremony for the new academic year. He said debit cards will be provided for teachers to purchase some of their supplies needed in the classroom.
Teachers, the Ministry of Education has partnered with the St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla National Bank to create a teacher's supply debit card which should be loaded with 300 EC dollars annually. In our profession, we are called to do much with little. And so our hope is, as you get to know your students and identify their needs, this teacher supply debit card will be used to purchase additional teaching supplies.
Minister Hanley also noted that this is in keeping with a promise made by the Education Ministry to teachers a couple years ago. There will also be changes to the hierarchy of a few schools, with new principals and deputy principals being appointed. Kelvin Alford was named principal of the Charles E. Mills Secondary School, Keswan Lake deputy principal at the Verchilds High School, and Judy Benjamin will be the second deputy at the Bastia High School. School is set to be open on Monday, 2nd September. As the nation gears up to celebrate the 41st anniversary of independence from Britain, the sentiment embodied in the theme Together a People Proud and Strong, Independence 41, is particularly fitting as St. Kitts and Nevis fights surging crime. Cabinet Secretary and co-chair of the Independence 41 Organizing Committee, Dr. Marcus Natter, thinks the theme is an apt call for unity.
For us here in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I think in the region, you know, we're battling a lot with crime, and that very first word in the theme, together, is an important one, because together, that's how we're going to be able to solve crime. That's how we're going to be able to improve the nation as a whole, help us to develop. We can't do it alone. It can't be St. Kitts alone. It can't be McKnight alone. You know, it can't be Charlestown. It can't be Nevis alone. It's a collective, and so the theme, especially with that word together, is really critical for us.
He implored everyone to contribute, even in actions that are seemingly trivial, to the betterment of the country.
I think it is timely. It is in the right context in which we live right now. And we want people to really be proud of their nation. And being proud and being active in terms of what is happening in the country is critical. I mean, from dropping a piece of paper and picking it up and putting it in a garbage bin, that shows that the pride you have in the environment, in your country, and so on. So from the simple to the more complex things, the theme really is a call, I believe, a call to action for us to, you know, continue to love our nation, love each other, and build the nation together.
Meanwhile, the Independence Committee is looking forward to 4 major commemorative events during the month of activities. Committee member Crystal Joseph explains.
4 major highlights outside of, you know, the long list would be the Plant Tree Day, the tree planting day that will be happening on the 31st of August, and that is followed by the youth rally. That is going to be another one where we're going to ask all the youth to get involved in, and that is being led by the youth department. That will be happening on September 13th. And then of course our national heroes as well as our independence ceremonies, those would definitely be something for us to look forward to.
The government has announced a National Colors Day campaign, which kicks off on Friday, 30th August, with citizens and residents urged to encourage to wear green. It continues on the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th of September, when people are asked to show their patriotism by wearing yellow, white, black, and red, respectively. After the break, St. Kitts and Nevis adds a voice to global call to action on conflict and crime prevention at the UN Security Council, and Warner Park ready for CPL. Stay with us.
So get up and unite.
The CPL is back for 2024. And the St. Lucia Kings are hunting for their first title. This year, it will be the best ever CPL, with global superstars, massive sixes, and incredible entertainment at the biggest party in sport. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
Here are your Montserrat IGA specials.
Running August 22nd to September 4th.
Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential everyday barbecue sauces, just $7.99 each. Act 2 microwave popcorn, just $7.79. Essential everyday shredded and chunk cheeses, $7.99 each. Red Baron French bread pizzas, $13.99. Stone Ridge ice cream sandwiches, $19.99 each. Essential everyday reusable containers, $15.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals! Essential everyday pasta, $4.99. Essential everyday pasta sauce, $9.99. Essential everyday apple juice, $7.99. IGN Essential everyday peanut butter, creamy and crunchy, $8.99. IGN Essential everyday table salt, $4.79. Soft soap, liquid and soap, $9.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
Healthwise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Monique Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
Welcome back. In her third appearance before the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, during her chairmanship of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM Caucus, Her Excellency Dr. Murtris Williams called for the international community to lend increased support to conflict and crime prevention. She called for the UN to privilege this new approach instead of relying solely on conflict resolution, particularly amid a global uptick in violent crime. This perspective was shared by St. Kitts and Nevis' ambassador during the UNSC's high-level open debate on peace building and sustaining peace, addressing global, regional, and national aspects of conflict prevention under the UNSC presidency of the Sierra Leone. Her Excellency underscored the Caribbean community's position by stating CARICOM firmly believes that the only pathway to durable peace is through sustainable development. CARICOM uses mediation to resolve domestic or regional disputes among its members to ensure the region remains a zone of peace. She further insisted that St. Kitts and Nevis and its Caribbean community neighbors view conflict prevention as critical to safeguarding our common developmental goals and acknowledge that the Sustainable Development Goals are relevant in advancing conflict prevention and peace building. The high-level debate at the United Nations was a multi-stakeholder session that underlined the centrality of multilateral cooperation in addressing global peace and security. Things are heating up across the Caribbean as we count down to the Caribbean Premier League, widely regarded as the biggest party in sport. This year's tournament will see a total of 5 games being played locally. ZIZ reporter Kent Fuentes caught up with Director of Sport Jeffrey Pedro Hazel, who shared some insight into preparations ahead of the local leg of the tournament. More in this report.
Warner Park, home of the St. Kitts and the Nevis Patriots, will host 5 matches in Season 12 of the Caribbean Premier League. The first of 5 games being played at the local venue will see the St. Kitts and the Nevis Patriots square off against the Trinbago Night Riders on August 31st. In anticipation of the tournament, the Federation's premier cricket facility has been getting a much-needed facelift. The St. Kitts Nevis Patriots have been to the finals of the Caribbean Premier League on 2 occasions. First in 2017, when they lost to the Trinbago Night Riders, and again in 2021, when they emerged victorious against the St. Lucia Kings. For the 2024 season, Warner Park, the home of the Patriots, is getting some much-needed upgrades, as explained by the Director of Sport.
The park has been going through several pieces of work. We have changed out the Jumbotron, what is known as the replay screen. So it's a new replay screen that is there currently. Work has on the field itself has been done. You would have seen the condition that it was in after the St. Kitts Music Festival, and we would have done some extensive work on the field. The lighting, those were changed as well, so you'll see a better lighting here at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium for the CPL.
Mr. Hazel believes it is important that maintenance work and upgrades are done on a regular basis for the comfort of players and the fans alike.
Very important because, without a facility, there wouldn't be any matches, and so we must have the facility in a very good state, the state of readiness, so that when they come here they can enjoy. Usually when the players come here, they always enjoy the hospitality that we roll out for them, and so we will not have a decreased level this time around.
He also noted that anyone coming to the venue can expect good vibes, good cricket, and of course a Patriots victory.
The CPL, since its inception here, has been enjoyed by our population, and now that we have a franchise team, St. Kitts Patriots, they really come out to root for the team. And a few years ago when the team won, it was jubilance, and so we expect again this time around that St. Kitts Patriots would be able to lift the Caribbean Premier League T20 Championship.
The Director of Sports stressed the Caribbean Premier League is one of the most important events on the local sporting calendar, as its benefits go way beyond the cricket pitch.
Very important. It helps with our sports tourism, because people would come in, the players, the teams coming from all across the world. There are several other patrons that come in from the neighboring islands. Of course, our vendors are able to make some monies from these matches, those who are here in stadium. Across the country, the taxi drivers, the hotels, they're able to make a few dollars as well. And so everyone coming to the CPL, you know, it's enjoyable.
And just a reminder, the Patriots played the Trinbago Knight Riders on August 31st at Warner Park, followed by a game against the St. Lucia Kings on Monday, September 2nd. They then played the Amazon Warriors on Thursday 5th. On Saturday 7th, they will meet the Barbados Royals on the pitch. The at-home games will be rounded off on September 8th, when the Patriots play against the new boys on the block, the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. Kent Fuentes, ZIZ Sport.
Thanks, Kent. Technology is a tool that could be used for good or evil, and according to opposition leader, the Honorable Mark Brantley, it's a gateway for all types of information. Because of this, he thinks it's imperative that steps be taken to shield the nation's youth.
They are excellent because they can provide education. And like most things, we can use them for good or we can use them for bad. And I am just concerned that St. Kitts Nevis has one of the highest penetrations in the region, as we know, of cell phones and coverage. And from our very youngest have access. It's like putting a bomb in a child's hand. They can see and hear and watch everything. And so sometimes we as public officials in the schools, yes, we're teaching and we're saying, you know, learn to say the Our Father prayer and all of that. But when they go on break, when they go on whatever, they have access to these gadgets. Now, I have just seen that in the United States they're introducing a ban on cell phones in the schools, meaning that during school hours, children are not allowed to have cell phones. I am saying that these are the types of ideas. I'm not saying that we need to necessarily adopt everything, but these are the types of ideas we may want to start to look at to determine whether or not it is time for us to take some kind of remedial action.
He suggested restricting access to some sites, especially on the school compound during school hours.
And maybe we need to really move to some of that so as to ensure that as much as possible we protect our people from themselves. Because I believe that we're getting a lot of negative influences that can come, that are external to us, but that can come into us because of the access.
Opposition leader in the National Assembly and Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley. Still in Nevis, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley says the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, is committed to delivering a broiler industry on the island.
The last that I knew of the broiler industry in that discussion was that we were in discussions through the Ministry of Agriculture with persons to construct the slaughter facility. And we had some quotations which were on the high side. And I know that there was some back and forth in terms of negotiations on that. But I can assure the public that we are committed to having a broiler industry on the island, and that those who are interested should not lose faith. We will be rolling out something in short order.
Minister Brantley was speaking during his press conference last Thursday when he shared details about the NIA's plans for the broiler industry. The Nevis Island Administration, in collaboration with the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, has hosted consultations with farmers on the island in preparation for the build-out of the poultry broiler industry. According to the Ministry of Agriculture in St. Kitts and Nevis, their primary goal is to reduce the annual $140 million food import bill by 25%, leading to an overall reduction of $35 million. Coming up in regional news, major initiative to boost climate resilience and infrastructure in Kingston Harbor. The details when we come back.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey there, summer lovers. Ready to make your summer unforgettable? Get down to Horsford's building in Nevis Center, something summer special, where the heat is on with a sizzling 25% off select items. Fire up the fun with top-notch barbecue grills. And for those backyard cookouts. Dive into savings on swimming goggles, coolers, and inflatable and mini pools. Keep your drinks icy and your days splashy. Relax in style with our comfy summer chairs or float away on our luxurious floating waterbeds. And don't miss out on our premium gas grills for the ultimate grilling experience. All this and so much more. Head to Horsford's building in Nevis Center, Something Summer Specials today, and catch these hot deals before they're gone. Something Summer Specials, your one-stop shop for summer fun. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
More than 600,000 residents in Kingston, St. Andrews, and Port Royal, Jamaica, will benefit from a significant new project aimed at enhancing climate resilience and infrastructure along the Kingston Harbor Walk, KHW. As the world's seventh largest natural harbor, Kingston Harbor is vital to Jamaica's economy and environment. Protecting this crucial asset is increasingly important due to the escalating threats posed by climate change. The Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, has awarded a U.S. $1.4 million grant to the government of Jamaica for this initiative, funded through CDB's Special Development Fund, the Government of Italy's support for CARICOM countries, and the European Union's Caribbean Action for Resilience Enhancement Program. The grant will support a range of services aimed at the long-term development of the Kingston Harbor Walk and surrounding areas. Theresa Turner-Jones, Acting Vice President of Operations at CDB, highlighted the bank's commitment to climate resilience and sustainable development. This grant will provide Jamaica with the necessary tools to address critical environmental challenges and build a more resilient future, she said. The KHW project will include both structural and non-structural solutions, aligning with Jamaica's Vision 2030 and Sustainable Development Goals. The Urban Development Corporation, key player in Jamaica's urban development, will oversee the project. This initiative builds on previous efforts like the Palisadoes Shoreline Rehabilitation and Protection Project and the Port Royal Street Coastal Revetment Project, with future phases focusing on the protection and enhancement of mangroves and other natural systems. Nomination day for Montserrat's general election has been set for the 10th of October. The date was confirmed in the election writ signed by Governor Sarah Tucker following the dissolution of the Parliament on the 22nd of August. Candidates will file their nomination papers at the Montserrat Cultural Center in Little Bay. Montserrat's general elections is set to take place on Thursday, 24th October 2024. 9 seats are up for grabs in the Legislative Assembly. In the last election, the Movement for Change and Prosperity, under the leadership of Joseph Easton Taylor Farrell, won 5 seats to defeat the People's Democratic Movement. And coming up, protesters against judiciary overhaul plan urge Mexican president to respect democracy. International news is next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Join us on ZIZ TV for Youth Lounge with Skaniper, a talk show on vital topics such as tourism, entrepreneurship, education, religion, sex education, and mental health. Featuring experts from St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean region. Tune in live on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of every month at 8:30 p.m. on ZIZ TV.
On the international scene, protesters took to the streets across Mexico on Sunday in the latest opposition to President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's proposed judicial overhaul and other moves by the governing party that critics say will weaken democratic checks and balances. Demonstrators rallied in Mexico City and other states to voice worries about the changing the judiciary, particularly making judgeships subject to election. Many protesters are also upset by a proposal to do away with independent regulatory agencies. In the capital, throngs of people, many of them federal court workers and judges on strike, ended their march outside the Supreme Court building in the heart of the city, waving flags reading "Judicial Independence and Respect Democracy." Following big electoral victories in June by the president's Morena party and its allies, the government has pushed for sweeping changes to Mexico's judicial system, long at odds with López Obrador, a populist who has openly attacked judges and ignored court orders. Republican President nominee Donald Trump is waffling on whether he will debate with Vice President Kamala Harris as previously agreed. And their campaigns are squabbling over terms for the ABC News showdown on September 10. In a social media post last Sunday night, Trump questioned whether he should debate the Democratic nominee Harris, given what the former president suggested would be a hostile setting. I watched ABC Fake News this morning. Both lightweight reporter Jonathan Carl's ridiculous and biased interview of Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton, who was fantastic, and this 50 so-called panel of Trump haters, and I asked, why would I do the debate against Kamala Harris on that network? Trump wrote in his Truth Social post on Monday, morning, Trump told NBC News that ABC was the single worst network for unfairness, and I think ABC really should be shut out. And he said he would rather do the debate on another network. The eyebrow-raising suggestion came amid reports of a dispute between the campaigns over whether ABC would keep both candidates' microphones on throughout the debate, and this would capture any comments that candidates make while its opponents' turn to speak. Harris's campaign wants hot mics, but the Trump campaign does not. NBC News confirmed, following a report by Politico. This is a reversal of the campaign's position during the previous presidential debate hosted by CNN in late June. Then presumptive Democratic nominee President Joe Biden's campaign asked for and got the candidates' microphones turned on only when it was their turn to speak. Up next, in sports, West Indies emerged victorious in T20 series against South Africa, and 2 athletes to represent St. Christopher and Nevis in the World Junior Athletics Championship. Stay tuned.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
And first up in sports, the West Indies completed a 30-run victory over South Africa in the second T20 International at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy on Sunday to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in the best-of-3 series. South Africa won the toss and put the West Indies into bat first. The Rovman Powell-led team scored 179 runs for the loss of 6 wickets from their 20 overs, with Shai Hope top scoring 41 and Captain Powell the next best batsman with 35. In reply, the Proteas were bowled out for 149 runs, handing the Windies victory by 30 runs to go with a series-winning performance. Player of the match, Romario Shepherd, who took 3 wickets for 15 runs to help his team to victory, said winning the series was the priority for his team.
First of all, winning the series was very important because that was one goal for us. My performance contributing to the series was, I'm happy also with that. So going forward, it's time now for us to look to go 3-0.
He said it felt great to be victorious against a team that knocked them out of the T20 World Cup earlier this year.
Well, it was tough for us because, everyone expected us to actually win, and we had a very good team on paper, and, we had a great start to the tournament. So, for us to actually get knocked out at that stage was very hard for each member of the team, it hit us hard. And, just for us to come back and get performance like this, will actually, bring back the vibes in the team because, winning against a team that actually knocked you out of the World Cup is big for us.
The Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis will have representation at the World Junior Track and Field Championships in Peru from August 27 to 31. This as Jalen Bennett and Tana Liebert have been selected by St. Kitts and Nevis Athletics to represent their country at the World Junior Champs. Both athletes will compete in the 400 meters and will be in action in the heats on the 28th of August. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
It's okay to party, It's okay to drink, but it's never okay to drive after drinking at a party. Make it a night to remember, not a night to forget. Stay alive, don't drink and drive. Make the right choice. St. Kitts and Nevis.
Recapping the top stories, law on children loitering on streets to be strictly enforced, school supply debit cards for teachers to be rolled out, and Dr. Natter praises theme for Independence 2024, says it's apt for the current state of affairs in St. Christopher and Nevis. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I am Jasmine Thomas. Grace be to you and peace be multiplied.